What's up everyone, it's your boy Mr. Kara. And can I just say, 3 videos in a row. 3 videos in a row. 3 videos in a row. I can't dance. 3 videos in a row. Can you just punch that like button because it's been a while since I've actually put 3 videos week by week. So hit that like button. Why do I get out of breath so easily? Also, I've just realized that I've created the most dimmest lighting in the background. And the fact that my reflection in the bathroom mirror kind of looks a bit creepy. Is he waving at me? Is there some kind of freaky stuff happening in this house that I'm not aware of? I was actually gonna make a different video, but the fact that that freaked me out, I'm gonna talk about ghosts. But before that, I'm gonna go close that door. Ain't no paranormal shit happening to me today, but it did happen in the past. So I feel like we've all had some kind of paranormal experience, or that we feel like we have, whether we saw a shadow and there was no one there, or the door closed by itself, or mirrors just waving at you, or is that just me? But here are my stories of where I felt that some paranormal-ish was happening to me. Counting that one. So, I grew up in an area called Cranford, which is near Hounslow. Big up to all my Cranford men dem. Now, when I was 3, I didn't really think that there was any kind of paranormal activities happening in my house. But then again, when you're 3 years old, do you really even know that those things exist? But I swear, still to this day, when I used to wake up in the morning, I would get to the top of my stairs and then I would be picked up and taken down to the bottom of the stairs. I remember that happening multiple times. And I also remember one time where I had like a discussion with this thing, this person, this ghost, and I said I want to fly, and I remember kind of floating around in my living room. See, that's the freaky thing, because kids always wake up before their parents to watch cartoons, right? And I know I was the first person waking up in the house, and I knew as well, if I stood at the top of the stairs, my friend would pick me up and take me to the bottom, and it was like kind of like a ride. I don't know whether that was a dream. I swear it was like multiple times when this happened, but where it stopped was when I was around about 4 or 5. I remember it so vividly. I got to the top of the stairs and I waited. And then nothing happened. I was genuinely waiting for this friend to pick me up and take me to the bottom of the stairs, and it didn't happen. And I remember thinking, and I don't understand why I remember thinking when you're like 4 or 5, that's a long time ago, but it's something that's kind of like stuck with me. And I just remember thinking, okay, so not today? And I walked down and it never happened after that, which was kind of confusing for me, right? And then we moved out of the house. So I never knew if there was something in that house, but I know for a fact I had a friend when I was younger that knew that I was lazy and didn't want to walk down the stairs. Simple as. So if you're watching this YouTube video, friend, thank you. Visit me sometimes. Actually, no, don't. No. I changed my mind. Well, that wasn't so freaky, but you know, it just kind of makes you think. Now, the second situation experience that I've had happen multiple times again, and this is where I feel like some of you may relate, because the more you've actually heard this story to happening to multiple people, it kind of makes you think like, you know, there's some shit out there, which kind of terrifies you a little bit more. Some of you call it ghosts, some of you call it jinns. I just call it a dark figure in my room. So in multiple occasions, I have woken up screaming to the top of my lungs by seeing a figure standing right next to my bed. You can tell I'm so passionate about it because I know that this has happened, because I know how loud I screamed. And like, I think the last time it happened was, I feel like it happened here in Canada, and Sim next to me woke up, she was like, what the hell? And I told her there was someone standing right there, and it just like killed me. It just mentally like, what the f? And I remember thinking, is like, this used to happen in the UK, why the hell is it happening here? So far, it hasn't happened again. But comment down below if you have ever heard anyone say to you or experienced it yourself when you just randomly just wake up in the middle of the night and there is a figure right there. That's crazy to think, and I don't know what it is. Some people say that it's things in your room that are creating a shadow. I know for a fact there was nothing there in my room, okay? Yes, if it was on the left-hand side of my room, yeah, you have like things hanged up which can look like it, right? And I think that might have actually happened in our bedroom, so that might have been the, you know, the experience happening there. You know, brand new house, brand new room, getting used to brand new things in the dark. But in my room, there was nothing in that corner or right next to me, and you know when someone's there. You know what I'm saying? Give this video a like if that's happened to you. I would be interested to know. Now the third one's in the bedroom as well, and it's also another one that kind of like got me like all cringed up and stuff, because it was like, oh, what happened? I don't know. So in my bedroom in the UK, my single bed was up against the wall. I cannot have my bed in the middle of my room next to a window. And I'm sure some of you guys cannot do that too. If you're near the window, some hand is gonna come through, strangle you, and then drag you out. If you're in the middle of your room, you know, you're exposed to monsters underneath your bed, in front of you, everything. But if you're right up against a wall and something's there, you go up against the wall, you know? So like, you know, you kind of feel safe. So what I used to do is I used to sleep on my side up against the wall. When these experiences started happening, I used to sleep up against the wall. So I'd be on my left hand side of that, like this, right? This is how I sleep, guys, you know? Is it cute? Now, what happened next shook me for a good week, because I couldn't go to sleep after this anymore, and I would never, ever put my back to my room ever again, because this is what happened. I was sleeping on the side, I know I was fully asleep, and my duvet was over my head like that, right? As you guys do, you know it's comfortable enough, you know it's comfortable enough. Anyway, it was like this, right? I swear somebody came to me, did this, and then went away. It's like when your mum or dad comes to check to see if you're okay or if you're sleeping, and they come over to check, you know, pick up the duvet, yeah, they're okay, and they go away. There were no one in my room. There was nobody in my room. And once again, I woke up screaming from the top of my lungs. Like, honestly, what are you supposed to do in that situation? Like, think about it for a second. You're calmly sleeping, and then someone's obviously clearly right up against your face to go. You know, I look prettier than that when people do that, by the way. But besides the point, like, and have you ever woken up screaming and kicking your legs in the like different directions? Like, what the hell happened? You know, you're trying to beat someone off. But like, you know, whew, that's some scary stuff. Like, someone checking if I'm sleeping. Like, why? I'm clearly sleeping. It's nighttime. Like, why are you checking if I'm sleeping for? You know? Ugh. Now, the last one for me kind of was the worst one, I think. I mean, I didn't wake up screaming. It was actually when I used to be a prison officer in HMP Bronzefield. So we were told in our training that there have been some ghost experiences, and we have seen a video of 2 officers running for their lives, and we've heard other stories, right? We don't see anything on the screen, but they swear to it that something happens in the prison. Some people hurt themselves and pass away in certain situations. So, you know, some ghosts are gonna be there. So this happened to me on a night shift, which was even worse, because on a night shift, everything is pitch black, you know, apart from your hub. The hub is in the middle, right? And then the hub is like an X, the hub is like a round circle, right? And then the cells are in a cross. So, you know, this way, that way, you know, like that. It's like a cross, yeah? You understand what a cross looks like, right? And there's upstairs and downstairs to each one of the aisles. I forgot what they're called now. Jeez, it's been so long. So we sit in the middle in the hub, which has light and has glass all the way around us, so we could see everywhere. And what we see is pitch black, because obviously the detainees need pitch black to go to sleep, so you can't disturb them, you know, human rights and stuff. What was that? I don't know. But as my duty, every half an hour, every hour, can't remember, I had to get up and I had to go down every single aisle to make sure everything was fine, you know, check up on the kind of people that were like self-harming, you know, at that time, just to make sure that they're okay. And I would have to tap my wand at the back of the cells, which was like 30 doors back, to show that the big boss knew I was doing my job. So as if it's not scary enough, going down the block, pitch black, the detainees know you're doing that, so they try to scare you as well, by the way, making loud noises and shouting your name randomly. You know, that was fun. One time, they didn't do anything, and I went all the way to the end where there was the windows. As I looked outside the windows, I swear I saw this. Just doing that kind of like freaked me out a little bit down here. Just to remember how I felt back then. But that's what I saw. I saw someone sitting on the floor rocking. Now, I didn't freak out. Okay, I kind of freaked out. And I ran back to my hub. So I picked up the phone and I called the guys watching the cameras, and I go, guys, can you go check what is at the end of block 3 outside of the windows behind the gate. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I swear I am seeing somebody sitting down on the floor rocking. Please check that. And they were laughing, but it's nothing new to them because they've heard stuff before. So I'm waiting for them to tell me, and they come back and they say to me like, yo, JP, there's nothing there. I go, no, but just tell me the items that are out there, right? They go, literally there's nothing there because it's just a construction site, so it's all completely plain, but there is one crane claw sitting on the floor. Maybe it's that. And I was like, okay, look, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna check again. I'll call you back in a second. Scared out of my mind now, having to go down a dark corridor to go see what I think is a ghost or someone sitting outside. Having to do that again, this is not something that you want to do, but I did. Now, this was the worst part. Getting to the end, going to look out the window, and it was just a crane claw. But this time it was obvious it was a crane claw. Went back, told them, I go, okay, it looks like a crane claw, but like, I'm kind of freaked out because I can't be that dumb to not see it the first time and then see the crane claw the second time. Like, you know, I'm not convinced that that's what I saw, but then what did I really see? So yeah, those are my experiences with the paranormal. What are yours? Have you had any experiences? If you have, comment down below what they are. I'd be interested to see what you guys have experienced. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then give this video a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, then punch that subscribe button and I will see you next time. But until then, my name is Mr. Kera. Holla!